afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to talk about the power of prayer and the spiritual mind treatment, which is a form of prayer that is used for demonstration of and manifestation, essentially, of your prayer. So it's a different way of praying, and it's not a prayer like, oh my God, please God help me. It's not that. It's absolutely different than that, in that it's a co-creation. It's a co-creation with Spirit to bring into manifest form that which you are declaring for yourself, essentially. So there's a 5-step prayer that is, good morning, Frank. There's a 5-step prayer that is incredibly powerful and is used in religious science, which I studied, and is deeply beneficial to many people. And over a long period of time now, let's see, when did I start? I started in 1995 with going to Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. And I attended Agape until I left in 2009. So I was there for whatever that is, 20, 10, 15 years, long time. And so for me, this has become like a natural way of praying. And it's a very powerful, powerful tool that we can utilize for the benefit of all beings and for the highest good of all concerned. And so for me, that's incredibly important because I am a person that wants the highest good for all people, all animals, all beings, all sentient beings, and inanimate or animate objects. Like I want the best for everyone and everything universally. So for me, this has been a powerful tool for me to demonstrate things in my life and reveal manifestations. And thank you, James. It's incredible. So I wanted to describe it to you first, and then I want you to take you through a prayer so that you can get the idea of what it looks like to do an affirmative prayer that is in co-creation with Spirit and actually works, to demonstrate, scientifically speaking, because religious science is not just religion. It's a scientific form of prayer, essentially what I'm going to show you, and it actually produces results. And so in religious science, they don't want anything that doesn't produce results, as like they want a demonstration from their efforts, right? That's the whole point of what they're doing. And also to say there's 10 core concepts in religious science that include the universal laws of the universe and how they operate through natural law, basically. So this sort of brings into manifest form that form of operation or prayer. So the easiest way to remember it is, are you ready to receive? So R, recognition, U, unification, ready, R, which is realization, and T, 2, which is thanksgiving, and then receive, which is release. So recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release. So there's a 5-step form of this prayer. And I've used this since 1995 in my own life and for others. You can pray for yourself or for others and for the collective with this prayer. And you will see results. You will see the demonstration of these results. Now, it also works in direct relation to your consciousness. So in that regard, when you utilize something that's in direct relation to where you are in your consciousness, sometimes the demonstration of that prayer may not show up right away. R-U, unification, James. So it's R-U, Y-O-U, but it's U, unification, ready to receive. So back to what I was saying, let me get focused again. So when you use this form of prayer, it can be utilized for anything that is in the highest good. So in other words, you don't want to be using this to get your way about something or to take advantage of someone else or to manipulate a situation. It doesn't work. Because what happens is with the universal law, the laws of cause and effect, and the laws of appreciation and the laws of attraction all coincide with this scientific form of prayer. So if you're stepping outside of universal law within this prayer, it won't help you because it's designed to be in alignment with universal laws. And those universal laws and principles are the natural laws of the universe. And as we can see right now in the collective, there is some manipulation of those universal laws that are being now demonstrated through the evidence that we are seeing that other people have been utilizing principles and laws to their advantage and sort of above the law, if you will. They're not outside of natural law. I will say that. And so what's happening now is the natural laws are evidencing through the revealing and people being held accountable for their actions. And so what I'm here to do, though, is I am here to bring awareness to what is possible in terms of prayer and bringing into manifest form right relations between all parties and between all people and sentient beings. So that's really my goal for sharing the universal laws and principles and the power of prayer. And so I would like to go into that prayer now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus specifically on a subject matter. And I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do because there's so many that I could talk about because of so many things happening on the planet right now. But what I think I will focus on is something sort of well, it's all very controversial, quite frankly. And I've done a lot of prayers lately around, what's happening in the world and what's going on. But I think for right now, I'm just going to keep it really simple so that it's really clear what it is that I'm doing. So that if you want, you can use this tool to your advantage and to really understand what it is that we're doing here and why. So, dropping into the heart space within you, the center of stillness within. So simply recognizing that I am one with the one, I am one with all life, with the one power and the one presence, the one activity of all life. We recognize this power and this presence as the living, moving, and breathing essence of love that lives and moves through us, in, through, and as us. And so knowing this, I simply allow myself to recognize and unify with this energy. Knowing that I am one with this energy, that this energy lives, moves, and breathes and acts through me as this life force, this energy, this love, this one power and this one presence of all life. That there is no separation, that I am one with this energy. And so knowing this, I step into the realization that divine and compelling right action is taking place in my life today. That I am claiming divine and perfect action within my life. That every single need that I have is met before I even ask. That I know the truth of this within my spirit and within my heart. That everything is working together for my highest good. And nothing can get in the way of that. That everything harmonizes together for the benefit of all beings and through me, acting in, through, and as me in this moment. To cherish life in such a way that I am contributing to the benefit of all that cross my path, everyone that I come into contact with, that my offering to them, that my presence penetrates in a positive way. For anyone that I cross paths with. And I simply give thanks for this awareness. I give thanks for the wisdom that is being bestowed upon me now. To understand what this is and what is living, breathing, and moving through me in this moment and in every moment. So I simply release this word into the law of love, knowing that it cannot return to me unfulfilled, that it is already done. In the mind of God, Goddess, all that is, this one power and this presence, it is already done, and I simply allow it to be. And so it is. So coming back into understanding of closing and sealing that prayer with, and so it is, it creates this, seal. It creates a completion point where you have now put it into manifest form within the world of consciousness, right? And so that energy then goes out into the law, and the law responds. So here's what's interesting. The law of love doesn't, the universal laws and principles, they don't respond selectively. The law responds to that which you put out. Your thought forms that go out, the universal law reflects those back to you, and you get a mirror image reflected back to you in any moment. So it is really important to understand that our thought forms and our words and everything that comes, that we put out, has an effect coming back to us and a reflection. So having done this now for the last 22 years, in my own life, in my own experience of this, I have seen how my thought forms, negative or positive, reflect back to me instantaneously. And my manifestation time there is none. It's immediate. And it took me a long time to get it to the point where that is the case. And also, I would say the cosmic light that is on the planet at this point allows for us to have the capacity to receive and demonstrate quickly that which is, we are processing through our reality. And so, in terms of prayer, it is important that we are clear with our intentions, because the more charged the intention behind what we're saying, the more it manifests almost immediately. And so what I just put out into the world will reflect back to me right away. I have absolutely no harm towards anyone. I don't feel harm towards anyone. And if I do have a negative thought form, I pay attention to that and I trace it back to, is this my thought form? Is this mass consciousness? Where is this thought form coming from? And I really examine my thought forms and how they manifest in my world, because I am not interested in putting out negative thought forms into the world. And so my intention with sharing this form of prayer is to really give a tool that can be utilized, practically applied in our lives to demonstrate positive outcomes and also truth being revealed in the world today. And so I thank you so much for being with me today and sharing this moment. I really appreciate that a lot, and I really appreciate that people are actually interested in watching my Facebook Live videos and being present with me in this process of me coming out and sharing my experience. And I have a lot to talk about, and I have a lot of experience, and it's gotten to the point now where I am desiring to share. And it doesn't come easy. I will say there's always a backlash when I say certain things about certain things. But I've never been more prepared in my life to speak to some of these issues that are coming up in the collective right now, because I've been keeping my mouth shut for a long, long time. And so my contribution that I want to bring forth is something of positive. Like, I want to assist in the positive transmutation and healing of these things that are happening on the planet right now, and that I want to contribute my energy to the transformation in our collective consciousness and bringing us to the next place that we're meant to be. And so with that, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and blessings to all of you. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.